I used to wait when I was a kid for autographs and pictures at the back. You know that big ramp at the Meadowlands that would go down. So
Oh
I'd wait.
yeah.
I'd wait at the gate. A lot of times they'd let the cars go down, but then it would fill up downstairs. Apparently, wherever they had you guys park, and they'd make them park in the lot. And that's when you got the autographs. When like Pedro Morales had to actually park with the Marks cars in the lot, and you'd have to walk, and you just jump in front of them, get some autographs. One time, Corporal Kirshner, who was, I guess, poised to become the next Sergeant Slaughter as Slaughter was aging, pulls up and he's gonna go down the ramp in the car. So security uh, opens the gate. Now there's somebody in the passenger seat with a towel over his head. He's leaned down, covering his head and face with a towel, but he's in the most obnoxious bright turquoise tank top. The car pulls down, Kirshner gets in, the passenger's not revealed. 10 minutes later, the same crowd of marks is standing at the gate. Sheik comes up. He needs to talk to the man at the gate to tell him someone's coming, please let them down. He's in the turquoise tank top. Do you change the shirt? Like, was there no consideration that you got in with your head covered in the turquoise shirt next to the guy you're wrestling tonight? You get in. 10 minutes later, he comes up the ramp to talk to a guy in front of the marks wearing the goddamn shirt. And I wonder who he was having visit and drop something off that night at the Meadowlands that he wanted the guard to allow instant access to. I was too young to consider these things, but I do now.
Yeah.
Or shortly thereafter, the Hacksaw Duggan arrest.
I remember. Yeah, that was one of the big. We'd always be fucking around in the car. We'd be drinking or whatever, and uh, somebody'd take a drink out of their fucking beer, and you'd always say, "Keep it down." That's how fucking Duggan and Sheik got busted.
Oh, they became the reference point. That's
Yeah, that was
tremendous.
like every time anytime you did so, because you never fucking like when you went and got your beer, you stopped. Later in your career, you're seasoned enough where your shit's on ice. You got a cooler in the trunk, especially when the Cadillac came, and in between the back seats of the Cadillac
Reach in,
was
right?
the armrest came down, and that thing folded down for you to put your skis through, and then we put the cooler right there so you could, and that way there, man, you didn't have to, because our whole thing was you always handed your empty can to the co-pilot, and his job was to stomp the beer can to make it compressed as little as possible, and then you would just be driving along, and he'd just, he had like, Scott would have like 8 empty crushed beers in front of him, and he would just look behind him, on the Garden State and fucking fire them out. So
But now you could throw the empties in the
yeah,
back,
you
right?
could throw
Because
them in the
yeah.
back, right back in the cooler. So
I'm going to use that Sheik Duggan reference that you guys did for everything. Like in
yes,
life, I'm going to bring
you
it to
got
like
to. Yeah,
somebody behind the counter. They're ringing me up. I'm like, no, 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 please don't. That's how
don't do
Sheik
that.
and
That's how
Duggan got
Shiek and
busted.
Duggan got caught.
Exactly.